Ice is one of the many features that makes Antarctica beautiful and unique. You'll find sea ice, glacier ice, and lake ice. All these forms look and behave differently. Understanding how to walk on ice is a first step to becoming an Antarctic scientist and explorer. Just like anywhere else, environmental awareness is the key to your own safety and a successful field season. However, Antarctica presents unique challenges and potentially rapid changing conditions. You will continue to build your toolkit of environmental knowledge with experience. To get started, here are some tips for walking safely on lake ice in Antarctica. The edges of the lake, or the moat, is the first place to melt out in the Antarctic summer season. During this melting time, it can be very challenging to venture onto the ice. Depending on your location and time of year, there are different practices and resources to navigate this, such as the moat boat at Lake Fryxell. Once on the ice, you can use shoe traction devices to prevent slipping. Stable icers and microspikes are a great addition to your gear for flat ice. Be sure to get a pair that fits the size of your boots, and you may need multiple pairs for different shoes or purposes. Avoid walking on non-ice covered areas with these on because it wears them out quickly. Ice can take many forms, and the forms will change throughout the season and even throughout the day. There may be spots of ice which were okay to walk on an hour ago but are no longer stable. Conditions can change quickly on the ice, particularly when it's warm. Sediment melt can cause uneven ice. This is because darker materials absorb heat from the sun and sink in, while the surrounding ice generally reflects it back into the atmosphere. Sometimes, ponds of liquid water form where there's a lot of sediment. These can freeze over with the ice on top easily broken by a foot. Thus, a major danger of changing ice is the potential of breaking through a thin layer and banging or twisting a leg, getting soaked by the water underneath, or worse, completely falling through. It's important to understand that ice can have many layers with different stability. This is because the crystal structures of the ice changes based on the conditions in which it forms. Even if the ice looks stable on top, it might only be a thin layer with more porous ice below. It's important to be familiar with what different ice types can look like, such as solid versus unstable candelabra ice. The color and texture of ice may help indicate what is safe or not safe to walk on. It's best to test the ice by placing your weight on your back foot and tapping with the front foot before walking across uncertain terrain. Be ready for a quick reverse if needed. You can also use an ice axe to test the ice. Observe the sound when you step or hit the ice, noticing if it cracks, flexes, or creaks. If the ice sounds hollow, that could indicate melted area underneath and would potentially be unsafe to walk on, even if it doesn't immediately break. Sometimes you can visibly see the different layers of ice through a hole. Use your senses, best judgment, and environmental awareness for decision-making and quick action. Be prepared with the right equipment for safety and rescue. In places with high risk of accidental cold water immersion, it's important to have whistles, throw ropes, and ice safety picks accessible. If working on ice next to open water, consider wearing PFDs. Be sure to get training on any equipment you don't know how to use, especially if your life could depend on it. Of course, your best tools will always be keeping alert and having a buddy along with you.